Cool. All right, so why don't you start with tell us your name and then what year you are here.
My name is Mahari Sturgis. I am a junior here at Campbellsville, second semester junior. I'll be a senior next year. I've been coming here for about 3.5 years, four really.
Where are you from originally?
I'm from Lexington, Kentucky, about an hour and a half away from here. Decided to come here for mainly athletics. Was playing football in high school. I wasn't really thinking about going to Campbellsville, honestly. It was just an opportunity that presented itself. So I took it and ran with it.
Where did you go to high school?
I went to Brown Station High School. Graduated in 2016, and I think the biggest thing that brought me here was at the time the football team had won 2 back-to-back conference championships, and I had a kind of like a brother/mentor on the team, and he sent me a picture of his rings. And he was like, "I think you would want to come here," and right then and there I was like, "Okay, I guess I'll consider Campbellsville," and that's how we got here. Yes, sir.
What position you play?
I played cornerback and a little bit of safety.
How y'all been this
This past year we had a down year. We went 1-9. We had a lot of young people playing in positions that they haven't been in before.
Yeah.
A lot of youth and experience that wasn't on our side opposed to the opposing teams. But I think we'll be good next year. I think a lot of people will be able to step up and make a difference. We got some coaching changes coming in, so I think Campbellsville will be pretty good next year.
So what, okay, so you came here, you were thinking about initially like athletics. So how do you like the campus? How's it, not just campus, but like just going to school here?
Going to school here.
Like,
Honestly, it felt just like high school. It was small. It was compact. You didn't have 50 people in one class. Like I think the most I've had in a class here was 26. So it felt like high school. The campus is small. You don't have to walk 10 minutes or 15 minutes away from your class. Everything's 5 minutes away. So the environment was really good. It was homey feel, And then, of course, you got that Christian aspect. So you got just it felt like a safe place. So that's why it kind of reminded me of high school. And I would definitely say it was easy. It was an easy transition from high school to college.
Yeah, so I had a similar kind of experience. I went to like a small school in high school. We're from Louisville, and then went to a college that was like, I went to Spalding in Louisville, so it was like kind of similar, where it was like very familiar in terms of you go in, it's not like a big giant university, you just have kind of like that tight-knit community, but you also have like the amenities of a university. For example, you got like a college football team, you got an arena, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of, is that kind of what it's like here? Like
Yeah,
it's kind of like a small high school, but then still like a big university.
Right. That's exactly what it was, because it was kind of different for me, because I was coming from a big high school. We was one of the biggest high schools in my city, and we came here. It was like, it wasn't a culture shock or anything, because you don't have that city feel, but you still had like like you said, you still had the community. It was very different for me, because being in Lexington, supporting our college was just being a fanatic. You had UK football and UK basketball, but here, these people don't just celebrate their athletics. They celebrate, the recitals that we have here. They celebrate the things that the community can be involved in. It's really, really different when you say, like, the community can come in and help out with the school, because that's something I'd never seen from a college, as far as like looking for colleges. And even when, I talk to my friends that go to other schools, bigger universities, and so those communities aren't really involved in their schools like Campbellsville would say.
Yeah. So like, with it only being like an hour and a half away, it's about how far, that's still home too.
Right.
You know what I mean? So is it maybe like, maybe some people in Lexington that don't realize that there's some options that aren't necessarily like UK or something that aren't far away, and it's still a university, still like, what's something you would say to some people maybe back home that don't know about Campbellsville necessarily?
Something I would say to people back home, you should definitely consider it, because the distance, it's far enough for you to feel like, you're away from home and you don't have to be home every weekend, but it's close enough to get back home if you need to. Another thing I would say to people back home is that if you really want like that small culture or that close-knit culture. Everyone's together. Everyone kind of knows each other in college. I would consider going to Campbellsville. If you're not the person that wants to go to a big university, and you're not the person that wants 50 people in the class, or you're not the person that, worried about all the distractions that come with a big, big school, I would consider Campbellsville. You have a lot of benefits coming to Campbellsville. Your teachers know you on a first-name basis. They're willing to help you whenever you can. Like, I've been here. That's why I say it kind of feels like high school, because the teachers are willing to help you through whatever. They're very understanding, and they just love to help people. And you don't get that a lot at bigger schools, as, say, a UK or a Louisville. These teachers are dealing with almost 500, 600 students. Opposed to us, they probably have about 150 to 200. So they have a lot more energy and time to focus on you and your academics when you need it. You have a lot of tutoring opportunities with students who are in the major further than you, or just want to help you, period. So there's a lot of perks and benefits to being on a small campus, especially here at Campbellsville.
Dude, crush it. Like 10 commercials out of that. Was there anything else you could think of that we should talk about before we go to
Another thing, considering Campbellsville, if you want to end up truly finding yourself, this is a perfect place for that. Because, yes, the school has a lot of benefits, and there's some small cons, but those are personal preferences, like the cafeteria or something like that. But if you really want to find yourself here at Campbellsville, I think it'd be good to choose this place, because you have, like I said, you have the spiritual aspect. A lot of schools don't have that type of culture. And so they don't throw it on you and they don't shove it on your throat, but they allow you to come in and open doors, and they're like, hey, this is what we believe in. This is what we feel like you should believe in. And if you agree with us, we're willing to even expand your knowledge. But you don't have to agree with us. Like, they don't force this type of life on you. They allow you to walk in on it. And I can say personally, I wasn't as strong in my spirituality prior to coming to Campbellsville. And me being alone, me not having to go home every weekend because of athletics, it allowed me to grow in my faith and in my spirituality. So if that's something you're also seeking coming out of school or switching from a different school, I definitely would say considering Campbellsville would be a big, big choice in that aspect.
my man? Hey, that was great, dude.